did try to ask him his real name once, but he kind of lost his head about it, so we gave up. And then before I move on from the case, do you guys want to see some ghost pictures? Perfect. So our case has been known to catch some of our minors.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
And then this next one is an actual apparition, so you guys will have to look a little bit closer.
Oh yeah.
See it right there? Pretty cool, huh? This one's right back here. And then Mr. Mackay bought this stove back in 1875 for a pretty low price. Did you guys want to take a guess? Very close. It was actually only $1.50. Back then, $1.50 was an inflated price for this because here in Virginia City, we had the highest paid miners making $3 to $4 a day. But for Mr. Mackay, it was not too bad because he was making $6 a day on top of the millions he got from the big financial strike. So he was just fine. And then these light fixtures, they are all original to the house. They used to be gas, but they were converted into electricity by Thomas Edison himself. And he actually ate in the dining room right after, and we still have that original table, so you guys will be able to see that as well. The medallion above the light is original to the house too, and it's also hand painted with gold leaf paint. We like to give this one a little extra appreciation because the one in the parlor room was unfortunately painted over, so that's the only thing. And then this is the only room in the entire house that has been restored, but it was designed to look exactly how it did back then. I just had to change it up a little because they would use like mercury and lead in the wallpapers and stuff. So.
Oh.
And then I'll show you guys this picture. This was taken here in Virginia City in 1879, and there is a former U.S. president there. Do you guys know who or where he is? This one? No, that's actually John Mackay. Oh. You guys give up? Alright. So this is Ulysses S. Grant. And then, believe it or not, this is his wife, Julia. She looks like a man, huh? Yeah. And then this is their son, Grant Jr. And as you can tell, neither of them are looking at the camera. And that is actually because they are both severely cross-eyed. So they found that if they looked away from the camera, no one would be able to tell. This is Miss Gillette. She's a family friend of the Grants. As I said, this is John Mackay. This is James Fair, John Mackay's business partner, his wife, Mrs. Fair. And they are separated in the photo because they did not get along too well. Mr. Fair would cheat on his wife quite often, so we like to call Mr. Affair. Just a little joke. But most of the fights would turn pretty physical. They would end up throwing punches at each other and stuff. So
Palo Santo. She got some burnt Palo Santo up there.
And then this is Mr. Yanai. He was John Mackay's personal assistant. Back then, Asian immigrants were highly discriminated against. They would even have to walk in the abandoned mine to underground just because it was so unsafe for them to walk the streets. They ended up getting beat up, shot at, and even killed. So it was a really big deal that Mr. Yanai was in the photo, especially in front of Mr. Grant. So. And then we had a pretty famous celebrity stay here more recently. He was in town filming his 1995 movie called Dead Men. You guys know who this is? Yeah?
Michael Jackson.
Johnny actually took one look at the mansion and decided he wanted to stay here. So he talked to the owner, who was my boss today, and he was able to stay right upstairs in Mr. Mackay's bedroom. But before he stayed here, he actually did not believe in the paranormal. But on his third night here, he was woken up by a little girl jumping up and down on his bed in a full white Victorian nightgown. After he opened his eyes and gained his bearings, she did disappear. So he thought that we were trying to play a little trick on him. And when he looked around the entire house and realized he was all alone, he ran right out the front door and vowed never to come back. So we are still working on trying to get him back though, because that would be extremely awesome. But I'll show you a picture of her. This is our little girl Emma. We believe she was a servant's daughter who died at the age of 6 due to tuberculosis.
Where at? Oh, on the stairs. Okay.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
And then this is our vault. So the wooden doors and mask, the metal vault doors are right behind it. That way they could do business in here without everyone knowing this where the silver was kept. And it was a well-kept secret up until 1883 when 2 robbers tried to break in. But they did not know about the armed guard that was right inside, so when they opened the door, they were met with a shotgun and shot and killed right here. We did change the carpet though, so don't worry about the blood. And I will open the door. You guys are welcome to walk inside and explore. Just watch out for the cement that's on the floor. And then when you guys are done, I'll have you go into the front room.
Yep, that was right here. Well, they were talking about the devil at 3 a.m. Remember
I
that?
just took a picture and it just totally like brought it in on the screen. Did not take a picture.
Weird.
Let's try that again. All I literally did was this and that's what I'm going to take a picture. What would cause that? I got you, honey. That's the way they did it all over us. That was weird. It totally reset the picture. What's here?
Can you show yourselves, you two thieves that stole? You did a very bad thing. Is Belle from a firehouse here?
Don't wait for mine.
Oh, you're waiting for me. I'm sorry.
I can do your thing.
I'm talking to myself over here.
So this is the parlor room. And then this here is one of 5 halls. And then this is hand marble fighter for all the treatment. Now the man who made them actually
Oh,
there's
that's
this
the spirit,
one here.
Steve.
There's one in Thomas Jefferson's house in Monticello, and the very last one is actually in the White House. And then this is John Mackay, and that is his wife, Mary Louise Mackay. And as you can tell by her face, she really did not like it here in Virginia City too much. And that is because there was about 40,000 people on the mountain at the time. And that mixed the gambling, the drinking, the prostitution, which is not her cup of tea. So John bought her a nice little house in Paris, France.
I guess they want the vault door closed.
With the air
Door
pressure?
upstairs is open, so
Yeah,
lucky
it's a
there is.
crossroads.
Yeah.
Why did this? Why would it go through there though?
I don't know. It's going through here.
Oh, okay, I guess.
And then that is where she raised their 2 sons, William and Clarence. Now their oldest son, William, he unfortunately died at the age of 25 due to a horseback riding accident. But that is their youngest son, Clarence, with his wife, Catherine. And as a wedding gift, the Mackeys got them 650 acres in Long Island, called Harbor Hill, where they built this. Again, another tiny little house.
Yeah. Little shack.
And then when John died in 1902, Clarence inherited $30 million from him. And with that money, they built him a statue in his honor right now. They also built the Mackay Stadium and built and founded the Mackay School of Mines in honor of him. And with the rest of that inheritance, they did end up, Clarence did end up investing in the stock market in the 20s. So he did lose everything in the crash, went completely bankrupt, so I'm sure he was not too happy with himself. But that's just how it was. And then another fun little story about Clarence and Catherine. Clarence was diagnosed with cancer, I don't know exactly when, but when he was diagnosed with cancer, Catherine left him for the doctor that was treating his cancer. But she did eventually get her karma when she was diagnosed with cancer. That same doctor left her, and she eventually died from her cancer. So
Wow.
you did really get her karma, but I just like to tell that story sometimes. It's fun. And then right on that wall, those are their 3 children. So there's Catherine on the left. She lived a very normal life compared to her brother John, who's in the middle. He went on to inherit the Long Island mansion from his family, but he did not want to pay the taxes on both the house and the land, so he ended up dynamiting the house and collecting the insurance money. Yeah.
Claiming as an accident?
Right? I don't think it was an accident, but that's probably what he told the insurance company. Yeah, and then their little sister Ellen, she went on to elope with one of our most famous song composers. He wrote God Bless America, White Christmas, and more. Do you guys know who that is? No? His name was Irving Berlin. But since Irving was Jewish and the Mackeys were Irish Catholic, Clarence did not approve of their marriage, so he ended up disowning and disinheriting Ellen. Although he did end up getting over it when Irving bailed him out of his bankruptcy, so he just wanted the money. But despite all of that, they did have a really successful marriage. They stayed married for 63 years until Ellen died in 1988. Irving died a year later at 101 of a broken heart. She truly was the love of his life. So, sad but cute story at the same time. And then behind you guys, that is Ellen's dress as a full-grown adult. She's a very tiny lady. And Mrs. Mackay was a seamstress before she met John, so she made that dress for Ellen and those chairs in honor of Grant's election in 1869. She also hand embroidered each of the stars on them, and they are all original. So, yeah, that's taken her forever.
She was a tiny lady.
And then this is the original carpet. It was walked on by Ulysses S. Grant, Mark Twain, Alexander Graham Bell, all done.
Wow.
Very old. And back then, it was very uncommon for servants to have pictures of themselves before and after death. But if the family that they worked for really wanted to have something to remember them by, they would give them post-mortem pictures. So this is their maid Harriet. She is dead in this photo. Her eyes have been sewn open, her mouth is sewn shut, and her hands are bound together.
Sounds like a perfectly natural thing to do.
Right? Very creepy.
It's hard to see, isn't it?
And then I'll show you guys a few more ghost pictures. So right there are the yellow chairs. There used to be a little standing mirror. And in the reflection, we did catch Harriet walking from the office into the parlor room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like a matte finish to her.
Right? And then this is a video of our shadow man. I'll play it a couple times. So this is our caretaker. She lives here, and he's going to walk right by her.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see him?
Wow. And that was which room?
Mr. Mackey's bedroom.
Mr. Mackey's bedroom.
Which one's the shadow?
That one's cool. I'm not sure if I've seen that one.
I thought we did.
Might have.
But yeah, another time we'll let you guys go upstairs and kind of explore, just explain what's up there. First room on the left, that is Mr. Mackey's bedroom. Second room on the left, that is Mrs. Mackey's bedroom. First little staircase on the right, that is the attic. And it is closed off to the public just because we use it for storage now.
Excuse me.
First room on the right, that is our haunted dolls room. Second room on the right, that is our children's bedroom. And that is the only room without a gate, so you guys are welcome to walk in there and explore. We just ask that you don't sit on the bed or touch any of the antiques. And then the last room on the right, that is our bathroom. It was actually the very first indoor bathroom on the West Coast. And it also has our $10,000 toilet in it. Another reason why it was $10,000 is because of the gold leaf artwork that is on it. So very cool, but I would not spend my money on that. And then how you guys will exit is you guys will go down this first flight of stairs, go down the second flight. Right there on the left, that is where the dining room is with the original table. You guys will exit through the glass door directly in front of the stairs. And then we have 2 acres of ground that you guys are welcome to explore if you wanted to as well.
2 acres? I didn't think it was. I thought it was small.
And just let me know if you guys have any more questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, you're welcome.
Beyond. Oh, no worries. No, do your thing. We're good. I wouldn't bump against that though.
Did she say she was coming up here?
Yeah. When she was doing it.
Yeah, she said it might take a while, so if you guys wanted to investigate, then hopefully she can get up here by the time you guys are ready to go.
Is
Oh,
it okay if you
we can
use
start?
this Spirit box and stuff?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so, yeah.
Were those? Was that blue sofa here before? I don't think I
I
remember that
don't
one.
think so. No, I think the owner bought them at an
Okay.
antique auction.
So everything that's
Cool.
here is from the period, not necessarily from the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, most of it.
'Cause I'm
We
seeing
did-
stuff I don't
we did it
recognize. I
overnight.
don't know if I remember this one either.
We'll be stuck right here.
So check us out. There is an episode on YouTube with you guys, because we got some weird EVP, like right there in front of, you know, where the stairs go upstairs to the attic?
Yeah.
Like right there, when Kyle was there with one of our other friends, his name's Trevor. Got some weird voices in one of his videos.
Aww.
Check it out. But we're on TikTok too, even though it doesn't show it on there, because we just recently did that. There's like some stupid ridiculous crazy video on there that's super viral right now. Yeah, it's
Oh,
close
really?
to 11 million.
I'm gonna look it
Yeah.
up really quick.
Yeah, no, it's kind of scary. It's me, and yeah, and I got jumped by spirit on a ship out in Stockton.
Oh
That's the
no.
only time it's happened to me.
Wow.
And
Is
it
it?
was yeah.
That kind of jumping.
Yeah,
That
that kind,
jumping, where I
okay.
was out of control, like could not control myself at all.
Hmm.
So go back.
Well, that shows.
I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't think you sent it to me.
You could turn it up if you want to hear it.
We have a safe word.
We did have some.
Oh, wow.
Come on, guys.
Oh, maybe I did say that one.
And he's like, oh, wow.
Kind of Chucky looking.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of weird.
It's fine, everything's fine.
Let me follow you guys. Oh, wow.
See, look at my eyes. That's not how
That's
I look.
crazy.
Yeah, and I don't do that.
Oh.
It was weird because all of a sudden.
That's what it looked like. I want
That's
to kill you.
ship
Yeah.
that used to be a minesweeper during the
That's
Korean
exactly what
War.
it was.
Oh.
And it's only,
And I fixated
there's two in
on it.
existence. One's in the Netherlands and one's in Stockton. And
Oh.
that's in Stockton. We were in that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was crazy, but we did it to ourselves because we had done back-to-back investigations. We were at NSP right in Carson, right, the
Nevada
state
State
prison.
thing.
And then we did Miner's Cabin,
Miner's
and then Oddfellows, then Miner's Cabin, then USS Lucid, and then in Jackson. I almost got jumped in Jackson
So
too.
we were like, we weren't taking a
Right.
break.
Amanda,
We just
yeah,
kept
yeah.
investigating,
Where at?
investigating.
It's the house
wow.
that's been torn down now. It was on top
Oh.
of the Argonaut mine. It was the original house of the owner.
How'd you
of
get
the
in
Argonaut
there?
mine. Amanda got it. One of her
Oh,
friends was
damn.
like renting a space.
How come
out
you
of it.
didn't tell me about
I
it?
know, I should. It was one of those, like, literally, it was back to back to back to back. I was done. I didn't even
okay.
do it at that point. And it was dangerous for me. And Amanda had to yank me out of there because that was the second time. But the thing that got me there was a woman who had murdered her children. And she wanted to stick with me until I hurt somebody.
Oh,
'Cause
that
she-
gave me chills.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So Brandy yanked her out of
Mm.
me. But it took days. Like, it was with me for a while. And it was weird because all of a sudden there's a whole full-length video, and it'll get posted soon, but it's going to go on my friend's blog because he's the one that actually captured the footage.
Okay.
He's the one that did all the filming.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so you'll see that video from a different perspective. So that video you just saw was Trevor's cell phone.
Oh.
But the other guy was filming the whole time. And
With
so
a
he's on the other
full-on
side.
camera.
And you'll see how it all unfolds. Like, I walk in the room, I'm like, something's not right. And so I, like, crouched, eventually I'm like, I don't feel right, I feel dizzy, and, like, I crouched down, and I just keep talking about how I'm not feeling right.
Mhm.
And then I'm trying to catch my breath, and there's a point where you can kind of see where there's a shift. And what I felt was, I just felt my eyes getting bigger, and then I wanted to laugh, and I could not stop. And then after a while, I just couldn't, I was, like, watching myself almost, like, I couldn't, I'm sitting there screaming the safe word was pepperoni, and I was trying to